The Meta Quest 2 has been by far my favorite VR headset that I have ever owned. But in 2023, it does have a lot of competition. The Vive XR Elite is dropping, PlayStation's dropping a new headset, and even Meta is dropping another headset, supposedly. But in 2023, do I think it's worth it to get the Meta Quest 2? Stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to be talking about all those headsets and if it's actually worth it to go ahead and purchase this in 2023, or if I think you should wait. Anyways, let's get right into it. So before we even talk about those headsets, I want to start this video off by talking about the Quest 2 and my experience. I have had it for about 2 years now, and I got it back when it was like $299. They did raise the price for $100, but honestly, even with the $100 markup, it is completely worth it. The games that they've been coming out with, such as like Bone Lab, super crazy. You can mod it up, you can be Spider-Man, you could use Captain America's shield. That game on its own is just crazy, and it makes VR so amazing. Also, the new NFL game that came out and little putt-putt games. Facebook Horizons I don't really play, but you also have your classics too, such as Beat Saber, which is really fun. And if you don't know this about the Meta Quest 2, you can actually hook it up to your computer. If you do have a computer or PC that's capable of working with the Quest 2, I'm not really sure what those specifics are. You would have to look it up, but it is phenomenal. It's crazy. I wish I had a PC, but as a standalone headset, it's absolutely perfect. If you have never owned a VR headset, I highly recommend something that is truly wireless like the Meta Quest 2 because it just makes it crazy. You could play this on trips, wherever you go, take it with you, and it is phenomenal. So enough about the Quest 2, let's talk about the new headsets coming out in 2023 and if I think you should just keep the Quest 2 or if you should go wait and get one of these. So the first one I want to talk about is going to be the Vive XR Elite. That one is the most comparable to this one just because it is standalone, it's wireless, you don't have to have it hooked up to a PC if you don't want to, but that one is also AR as well as VR too. And if you don't know the difference, VR is pretty much everything inside the headset is like you're in a game. AR for the most part is like, let's say I have the glasses on, I could see everything around me just fine, like this desk right here, but then I could also see like a hologram or like my friend walking around or something crazy like that, where it actually brings both worlds together. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of headsets these days that are coming out or supposedly coming out in 2023. That is what we see with the Quest Pro, I believe. And it's really crazy. However, when it comes to the Vive XR Elite, one thing about it that sets it very differently from the Meta Quest 2 is the price. So like I said, this one did get an increase, and this one right now is about $399. That one is $1,100. So you're looking at, my math is pretty bad, around like $700. And a $700 difference is very steep. So especially if this is like your first VR headset and you've never had a headset before, I would still definitely go with the Quest 2. But if you're somebody who's already experienced like virtual reality, like let's say you've had the Quest 1 and you want to check out some AR as well as VR too, I would say get the Vive XR Elite because it's actually around $400 cheaper or $300 cheaper compared to the Quest Pro 2, which also has AR features. But the difference between the Quest Pro 2 and the Vive Elite is going to be the fact that the Quest Pro 2 actually does the facial tracking. So if you smile, it captures more of your emotions and things like that. Really sick. But honestly, if you're a first-time gamer and just stepping into it, like I said, the Quest 2 is still going to be the best. So the next headset I want to get into is actually the PlayStation VR 2. And with this one, I feel like it's a little obvious. If you have a PlayStation 5, I would definitely get this one. However, if you have a PlayStation 5 and you want a VR headset that's actually portable, I wouldn't go with this just because it does have to be wired to your PS5 in order for you to use it. So if you do want the Quest 2, it's actually $150 cheaper compared to that one coming out. However, the graphics aren't going to be as good, but you can take it anywhere that you want to go. If you don't have a PlayStation 5, then I wouldn't really go for it because then you have to get the PS5, which is already $500, and then on top of that, get the PSVR 2, which is $550. You're looking at like $1,050 right there. I don't know how much I feel about that one. Like I said, personally, I have a PS5. I might get it, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. Subscribe, because if I do, I'll definitely be doing a review on it. But I just love the fact that with my Quest 2, that it's not wired and I don't have to worry about anything like that. I literally just put on the headset, go to an empty space, and then I'm fine. And if I go to a hotel, travel, I'm not gonna take my PS5 and then my VR headset, because that's gonna weigh a ton. I'd rather just take the Quest 2 and then be good to go. But honestly, that's just my personal preference. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, or which one of these headsets you're actually gonna get. Okay, so I feel like the PS5 was a really easy run through, just because, you know, if you have a PS5 and you wanna keep it at your house, get it. If you wanna travel with something, don't get it. I wouldn't do that. And if you don't have a PS5, I would go with something like the Vive XR Elite. If you're gonna get a PS5 and something like that, you might as well get something that's wireless and that has augmented reality as well. Now, with the next headset I want to talk about is the one that has been rumored. So we haven't heard anything from Meta specifically about the Quest 3, but there have been leaks last year about what it looks like, and supposedly if it does come out, it's supposed to come out somewhere in fall of this year and supposed to be range anywhere between $300 to $500, which is the same price as this. Supposedly, it's supposed to have a better chip as well, so it's going to be a lot easier for you to play and a lot smoother, and possibly some AR incorporation in this as well. So with that coming out, I would honestly wait, but, huge but, I do not know if it's actually coming out in 2023 or just going to be announced in 2023. And if you still have another year to play the Quest 2, then I would definitely just get the Quest 2. I mean, honestly, out of all these headsets that I've mentioned so far, I feel like for the value that you're getting, especially if you're a first-time player, the Meta Quest 2 is by far my favorite out of all of them. The new games that they've been releasing, the constant updates that they keep pushing to make the Quest 2 better, and the fact that it's portable and you can literally take it anywhere, that makes this headset one of the best headsets that you can get right now. So I don't see too many competitors besides the Vive XR. I mean, like I said, the PS5 is, I feel like, for a specific type of player, especially if you own a PS5 already. But the Vive XR2, if you want to dip your toes in AR and spend a little bit more money and you're an experienced VR player, I would get that one for sure. But if this is your first time having a VR headset and you just want to see what VR is about, the Oculus Quest 2 or Meta Quest 2, whatever it is, it won't disappoint, I promise. This headset has kept me satisfied, it is fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the review. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think, if you would go with the Quest 2 or any of the other headsets that I mentioned. I mean, I would have mentioned Apple and Samsung supposedly has something coming, but I haven't heard anything official from them so far. But let me know down in the comments if you've heard anything about that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, leave a comment down below on what your favorite headset is, or if you have the Meta Quest 2, how you love it so far. We just reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support, and it really means a lot to me, guys. Anyways, don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.